Here are some intriguing facts about scripts and languages that have mystified scholars and linguists. 1. The Voynich manuscript. Written in an unknown script and an undeciphered language, the Voynich manuscript is one of the most mysterious books in history. Dating back to the early 15th century, it contains illustrations of plants, astronomical diagrams, and what appear to be recipes. Despite extensive study, no one has been able to definitively decode its meaning or identify the language it uses. 2. The Phaistos disc. Discovered in 1908 on the Greek island of Crete, the Phaistos disc is a circular clay tablet imprinted with symbols arranged in a spiral. The symbols represent a unique script that remains undeciphered to this day. The purpose and meaning of the disc are still a mystery, making it one of the most enigmatic artifacts from the ancient world. 3. Rongo Rongo. Rongo Rongo is a system of glyphs found on Easter Island, and it is one of the few examples of a writing system that has yet to be deciphered. The symbols were likely used by the Rapa Nui people, but the knowledge of how to read them was lost, possibly due to cultural disruption or colonization. Today, scholars are still trying to understand its structure and meaning. 4. The lost language of the Indus Valley Civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished around 2500s BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, developed a script that remains undeciphered. To understand the inscriptions found on seals and pottery, the language and script have resisted all efforts at translation, leaving a significant gap in our understanding of this ancient civilization. 5. The Rosetta Stone. While not mysterious in the sense of being undeciphered, the Rosetta Stone is an iconic artifact that unlocked the mysteries of Egyptian hieroglyphs. Discovered in, it contains the same text in 3 different scripts: Greek, Demotic, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. The discovery and eventual deciphering of the Rosetta Stone in 1822 by Jean-François Champollion allowed historians to finally understand the ancient Egyptian language, revealing much about their culture and history. These examples illustrate how scripts and languages can both preserve and obscure knowledge across centuries, leaving behind puzzles that continue to challenge modern scholars. Asmodeus, also known as Ishma, Ashmedai, Asmodee, Asmodeus, Hasmodee, Sidene, is a powerful demon associated with lust, jealousy, anger, and revenge. He is the demon of lust, corresponding to the 3rd of the 7 deadly sins, and is also linked to the 32nd of the 72 spirits of Solomon. Asmodeus's primary objectives are to prevent intercourse between husband and wife, disrupt marriages, and tempt husbands into committing adultery. He is notorious for his involvement in cases of possession and is regarded as one of the most malevolent of Satan's infernal demons. Typically, Asmodeus is depicted with 3 heads, those of an ogre, a ram, and a bull, all representing sexually licentious creatures. He also has the feet of a cock, wings, and the tail of a serpent, rides on a dragon, and breathes fire. Origins and mythology. Asmodeus originates from ancient Persia, where his name is derived from Eshma, one of the 7 archangels or Amaraspans in Persian mythology. The Hebrews integrated him into their mythology, elevating his status to one of the most powerful demons. According to Hebrew legends, Asmodeus is the son of Naamah and Shamdon. Before his fall from heaven, he was part of the Seraphim, the highest order of angels. In other legends, he is associated with or married to Lilith, the demon queen of lust, and is sometimes considered the offspring of Lilith and Adam. The Book of Tobit recounts how Asmodeus lusted after a young woman named Sarah and killed each of her 7 husbands before their marriages could be consummated. When Sarah's 8th suitor, Tobias, entered her life, she prayed to God for help. God sent the archangel Raphael, who instructed Tobias on how to make incense from the heart and liver of a glanos fish to dry. When Asmodeus appeared in the wedding chamber to kill Tobias, the incense forced him to flee to Egypt, where Raphael tracked him down and bound him. According to the pseudepigraphical Testament of Solomon, Asmodeus resides in the constellation of the Great Bear Ursa Major. He spreads wickedness, plots against newlyweds, drives women mad, ruins the beauty of virgins, and commits murders. However, He is perpetually thwarted by Raphael and the smoking liver and gall of certain fish, particularly the sheatfish of Assyrian rivers. Asmodeus also possesses knowledge of the future. Asmodeus and Solomon. Asmodeus is brought before King Solomon by the prince of demons, Beelzebub. Sullen, arrogant, and defiant, he tells Solomon that his reign over demons is temporary and that after Solomon's kingdom is divided, demons will once again walk among men, worshipped as gods. Asmodeus admits to a fear of water. Solomon binds him with iron chains and surrounds him with jars of water, work by making clay vessels for the temple. Solomon also burns the liver and gall of a fish and a branch of storax beneath the demon to silence his insolence. Solomon uses his magical ring to compel Asmodeus and other demons to build his magnificent temple. After the temple's completion, Asmodeus challenges Solomon's perception of demonic power. When Solomon temporarily removes his chains and lends Asmodeus the ring, the demon hurls Solomon far from Jerusalem, seizes the ring, and assumes kingship. However, Solomon's lover, the Ammonite Naamah, finds the ring in the belly of a fish, enabling Solomon to regain his power. Solomon is then transported back to Jerusalem and punishes Asmodeus by imprisoning him in a jar. Christian lore and influence. Asmodeus was absorbed into Christian demonology, becoming one of the devil's primary agents of temptation. Witches were believed to worship him, and magicians sought to summon him for malevolent purposes. Grimoires of magical instruction sternly admonished that anyone seeking an audience with Asmodeus must summon him bareheaded. Out of respect, Johann Weyer stated that Asmodeus ruled gambling houses. According to the Lamechon, a major grimoire, Asmodeus is the first and chiefest under Ahriman, other demons. He grants the Ring of Virtues and teaches arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and all handicrafts. When properly summoned, he provides truthful answers to all questions, can make a person invisible, and reveals treasures guarded by a mammon. Asmodeus was one of the infernal agents blamed for the obscene sexual possession of the Louviers nuns in 17th century France. On August 1, 2024, the United States and Russia executed the largest prisoner exchange Cold War, involving the release of 26 individuals. This exchange, marked by these negotiations, represents a significant development in U.S.-Russia relations, which have been strained in recent years due to various geopolitical tensions. The individuals involved in the exchange likely included a mix of high-profile figures, such as intelligence officers, military, possibly even individuals accused of espionage. The exchange might have been facilitated by intermediaries and carried out in a neutral location to ensure the smooth transfer of the prisoners. Such an event would have broader implications, potentially signaling a thaw in relations or at least a willingness to engage in dialogue despite ongoing conflicts. It could also reflect strategic decisions by both nations to prioritize certain diplomatic goals or respond to internal pressures. The prisoner exchange would likely be closely analyzed by international observers, with particular attention to the profiles of those released, the conditions of the exchange, and the potential impact on future diplomatic interactions between the two countries. CrowdStrike, a leading cybersecurity company, issued a software update that inadvertently caused a global outage of Microsoft services. This incident affected various sectors, including banking and airline industries, demonstrating the far-reaching impacts of such an event. The root cause was a defective update for Windows systems deployed by CrowdStrike. Once identified, CrowdStrike acted promptly to rectify the issue, releasing a fix to address the problem. However, as you mentioned, some Microsoft 365 functions may still be experiencing residual effects. This situation underscores the importance of rigorous testing and validation of software updates before they are deployed, especially for widely used systems. It also serves as a reminder that while cybersecurity measures are crucial for protecting systems and data, they can also introduce new risks if not properly managed. It's always important for businesses to have contingency plans in place for such incidents, including backup systems and disaster recovery strategies. This can help minimize disruption and ensure business continuity in the face of unexpected events. Angel, a being who mediates between God and mortals, overseeing all living things, the natural world, and the cosmos. Angels play a significant role in magic, tasked with battling demons, the devil, and other forces of evil. They are sent by God in response to prayer and need. The term angel comes from the Greek angelos, meaning messenger. One of their primary duties is to act as a messenger between humans and God, delivering God's will, whether to aid or to punish. Although angels have free will, they do not sin. Angels are specific to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, but they originate from the concept of helping and tutelary spirits found in various mythologies worldwide. Jewish mythology, influenced by Babylonian, Persian, Sumerian, Egyptian, and other mythologies, contributed to the development of the angelic figure, which later passed into Christian and Islamic traditions. The Bible describes angels as representatives of God existing in a celestial realm and innumerable in number. They are incorporeal but can take on physical form and pass as mortals, appearing as beings of fire, lightning, or brilliant light, sometimes with wings. Various classes of angels are mentioned in the Bible, and by the 6th century, these were organized into hierarchies. Christian church fathers extensively studied the duties, nature, numbers, abilities, and functions of angels, with theological interest peaking in the Middle Ages and declining during the Renaissance. In magic, angels are prominent, presiding over every aspect of creation. They are featured in Kabbalah-based magic, which forms a significant part of the Western magical tradition. Angels, along with demons, are involved in rituals detailed in magical books and grimoires. According to the Book of Revelation, the greatest confrontation between angels and demons will occur in Armageddon. Armies of angels, led by the Archangel Michael, will battle and defeat the forces of Satan. In Islam, angels are spiritual beings created by Allah from light. They are considered obedient servants of God, carrying out His commands without free will or sin. Angels play a crucial role in Islamic theology and are involved in various aspects of the spiritual and physical world. Angels in Islam are characterized by their creation from light, unlike humans who are made from clay and jinn from smokeless fire. They are free from sin and do not possess free will, meaning they are incapable of disobeying Allah. These beings perform a variety of tasks assigned by Allah, including acting as messengers, record keepers, guardians, protectors, and executing God's commands. For example, Kiraman Katibin are the angels assigned to record each person's good and bad deeds, and Munka and Nakir are responsible for questioning the dead in their. Among the notable angels in Islam are Jibril, also known as Gabriel, who delivered Allah's revelations to the prophets, including the Quran to Muhammad. Mikael, also known as Michael, is responsible for providing nourishment to human bodies and souls and managing natural phenomena like rain. Israfil is the angel who will blow the trumpet to mark the day of judgment, and Azrael, the angel of death, is responsible for taking the souls of the deceased. In Islamic eschatology, angels will play a significant role during the day of judgment, assisting in the resurrection of the dead and the sorting of souls based on their deeds. Angels are also the guardians of paradise and hell, managing the affairs of these realms as decreed by Allah. They ensure that divine justice is carried out and that the faithful are rewarded while the wrongdoers are punished. In Christianity, angels are celestial beings created by God to serve as His messengers and servants. They play significant roles in both the spiritual and physical realms, acting as intermediaries between God and humans, protectors, and executors of God's will. The concept of angels in Christianity is deeply rooted in the Bible, where they are depicted as powerful, pure, and obedient beings. Angels are frequently mentioned in both the Old and New Testaments. In the Old Testament, they appear in various forms, sometimes as human-like figures and other times as beings of immense power and light. For example, angels visited Abraham to deliver messages from God and were involved in Sodom and Gomorrah. In the New Testament, angels play crucial roles in significant events such as the Annunciation. Angel Gabriel informs Mary of her impending birth of Jesus and the resurrection, where angels announce that Jesus has different classes and hierarchies of angels in Christian theology. The most commonly referenced hierarchy is the one proposed by Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite in the 5th century, which includes 3 tiers, each with 3 orders. The highest tier includes seraphim, cherubim, and thrones. The middle tier consists of dominions, virtues, and powers. The lowest tier includes principalities, archangels, and angels. This hierarchy reflects the varying roles and functions of angels, from worshiping God to interacting directly with humans. Christianity includes Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. Michael is often depicted as a warrior angel leading God's armies against evil, as described in the book of Revelation. Gabriel, messenger angel, delivering important announcements from God, such as the Baptist and Jesus. Raphael is associated with healing and appears in the book of Tobit, guiding Tobit's son and healing his blindness. In Christian theology, angels also have a significant role in eschatology, the study of the end times. They are believed to provide final judgment, separating the righteous from executing God's final judgment, ensuring that God's will about eternity. In these religions, angels are revered as embodiments of divine will and power, acting as bridges in human worlds. Their portraits, protectors, and executors of divine commands underscores their essential role in the spiritual frameworks of Judaism and Islam.
Lake Toba is in the middle of northern Sumatra. It lies about the epicenter of the magnitude 9.3 earthquake that devastated Asia in late December, as its tsunami swept across the Indian Ocean. This lake era, the technical term for the crater formed by a volcanic eruption. It is a big lake, 18 by 60 miles in extent and as deep as 5,000 feet in places. The size of the lake can be attributed to which was the largest that has occurred anywhere on Earth within the past 2 million years. About 74,000 years ago, a mountain that stood on the area now occupied by Lake Toba skyward a mass of ash and volcanic debris that times as big as the total amount that erupted from Mount St. Helens in 1980. The entire subcontinent of India was covered with ash. All around the globe, sunshine was reduced and temperatures dropped by about 3 degrees, and stayed at that level for years. During that time, throughout the world, millions of all forms of life died, thousands of species vanished.
Achilles is one of the most important warriors in Greek mythology. He possessed strength, bravery, military skills, pride, and honor, all qualities that the ancient Greeks valued. However, his behavior was also influenced by anger, stubbornness, and a desire for revenge. The tension between Achilles' exceptional virtues and his human weaknesses plays a crucial role in the heroic tragedy of the Iliad. Like many